Good morning, YouTube. How y'all doing? I'm out on the 300L here, just heading up this Forest Service road, get to some trails. I'm hoping I don't meet any bears today. I've been meeting bears lately, a lot more than normal, and it's because of the fires. We've had so many fires in various areas that the bears and other wildlife are becoming displaced. It brings on more human-bear encounters, and we try to avoid those. So I've had this 300L now for a while. I'm not sure how many kilometers I put on it, but probably, I don't know, over 2,000, I guess. Has to be. I haven't looked in a while. But what do I think of it? I think a lot of it. I like it. It's a good bike. Good bike with a couple shortcomings. Actually just one real shortcoming, and that's the suspension. As I mentioned several times, the shock. The forks are not too bad, but the shock is pitiful, I think. My opinion. But other than that, I think it's an excellent bike. I think Honda made a little bit of a mistake on the shock, though, because they improved the handling of this bike and, its geometry and so forth, and lightened it up, and all of these things. It's nimbler, it has a shorter turn radius. All of these things make it handle potentially better, and then they downgraded the shock. From the 250L, it's less of a shock. So some of those benefits that they engineered into this bike and took great pains to do are at least partially, to a good degree, negated by the shock. It doesn't let you experience the potential of the bike. Yeah, with a better shock, it would handle so much nicer. That rear end just bounces, and it's very poorly damped, aside from being so soft and excess sag. So I'm keeping an eye out for wildlife here. Trying not to go too fast around blind corners in case I run into something that I don't want to run into. Yeah, it's kind of weird, lately, to do with the wildlife and the way they're behaving. We've had, I've heard of several instances that are uncommon, like coyotes attacking people. Heard of a few around Canada, and a couple of people who have died from said attacks. And in Vancouver, there's a park called Stanley Park. And Stanley Park has a pack of coyotes living there. It's a big park. It's nice. Anyway, it's right in the city. And I think in about a span of, 2 or 3 months, there was about 40 coyote attacks on people. The forest smells good here. We had a rain a few days ago, and I can smell the damp in the forest. That's a lovely smell. Yeah, I really like the improvements in this bike. I mean, that hill there that I just went up probably didn't look too steep on the camera, and it wasn't exceptional, but for let's say the old 250L, I couldn't have taken that in third gear, but on this bike, no trouble at all in third gear. It has the torque to do that, which is so welcomed. It just makes riding so much more of a pleasure and more efficient. I mean, it can be fun doing what you can with an underpowered bike, I get it, but having enough power in the form of torque for a bike like this, a dual sport, is I think really necessary. So one thing about motorcycling off-road is it keeps you mentally sharp. Gives you great practice at that, eh? I mean, you got to watch for so many things. You got to be loose and yet in control and all that. A lot of people take great care with their physical body, you know, and they work out, they develop it and such. And sometimes people neglect their mind, their mental health, mental efficiency, acuity. And this is one great way to do it. Plus, you get a little bit of a added physical workout too. Actually, sometimes quite a bit. Especially on the legs. When I'm on the lookout for wildlife, I'm always looking for unexpected movements. And I think that's the best way to spot things. And I think that's the way animals do it too. You know, they can see movement before they can see shape. I don't know whether you can see in the distance there, the smoke settled into the valley a bit. See where those cars are? That was, or that is, the parking area that branches off from where we entered this this smaller route. So people go there and they bring their mountain bikes, and then they can ride I don't know how far, probably 80 kilometers or something, I'm not sure. But it's an old railway, and there's lots of very high wooden trestles crossing various parts of the canyon. Yeah, it's quite something. You cannot motorcycle on that. You used to be able to, but that's when it was in disrepair and dangerous. So they fixed it up and they said, no, you can't go there anymore. Anyway, this is good a spot as any to end the video. So thanks for joining me on the ride. I hope you enjoyed some of it. And you take care, ride safe, and have a blast.